So motorcycle dash cams right now seem to be all the rave. And we just did one in the fall by a company called Chigee, the AIO-5 Lite, which we absolutely loved. Today, we're looking at this. And this is definitely, without question, a much less expensive. Now, I don't know if it has all the features, but this is the GreenYi, not made in the USA, is my guess. First off, you can get this. There's three choices, depending on your needs. You can get it with just the 5-inch CarPlay monitor, so you just want CarPlay. That's going to come out at $119. You can get the 5-inch CarPlay monitor with 2 dash cams for your motorcycle. Again, front and rear. Now you're at $159. Still not bad. Or you can get it with all of the above plus 2 tire pressure valves, which means that, of course, you can check out your tire pressure while you're riding, because tire pressure on a motorcycle, ridiculously important, because you only got 2 of them, and if they're not doing well, then you're definitely at risk. $180 for all that. I think that's US price, but if you were to go look at the Chigee, whatever, you're looking at $700-800. That's a big difference. We have the box here. I'm not going to install this, and of course, GreenYi, I guess this company, sent this to us. We asked them for the $180 one, so it has a tire pressure monitor system and everything like that on it. I won't be able to install this until later on in the spring because it's winter here and my bikes are put away. You can't ride anyway. We're going to take a look at what comes in this box, but this could be a great option if you don't want to spend a lot more for the other one and save yourself a couple pennies. Let's take a look at what comes in the box. So before we do that, scrolling through here, it actually has some specs: wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, Bluetooth helmet and headset compatibility, GPS tracking, display speed and latitude and longitude, motorcycle dashcam DVR, front camera is 2K30, rear is 1080-30, has a G sensor, parking monitor, and it can take up to a 256 gig SD card. I don't know if it's a full-size SD or micro, it doesn't matter. Stable connection for smooth operation. It has a built-in 5.8 gig Wi-Fi module. It's IP67 waterproof rated. Swift and simple install. Get up and running in just 2 minutes. Now, I'm curious about that just because of they say 2 minutes, and I'm guessing that's accurate. If you're just mounting the CarPlay screen on, you just kind of mount it. But if you're doing all the wiring, I don't know. That may not be true, because on my Chigee one, I had to take it into a shop to get them to do that so that it actually started and turned off with the power of the bike. Compatible for iPhone 6 and above, iOS 10 and above, compatible with Google and Samsung phones with Android 10 and above, and other Android phones require 11 and above, and not compatible with Huawei phones. Very specific. Language support: English, German, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, Japanese, Korean, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, and supports mobile phone language casting. It looks pretty sweet. CarPlay monitoring, Android Auto. I'm very, very curious about this. Does it actually have... It does. It has like the tire pressure monitoring right on screen. It looks very similar to the Chigee one. External TF card slot. You can order this with a card if you want. GPS track playback, compass, altitude, longitude, zero traffic mobile phone, internet playback, GPS records driving data. Okay, I'm ridiculously curious. All right, this is the box, right? There it is. Dash cam, wireless touchscreen interface with cell phone connectivity for motorcycles. A little beat up. Now, it does have this stuff on the back. Again, it has all the kind of specs and everything. This one does say, I don't know if you can see it, internal tire pressure monitor device available for purchase. My hope is that it's in here, because that's the one that they said they were going to send, because I wanted to be able to test this in the spring with all the features. I guess we'll see. $180 for all of that? Yes, please. That's awesome. This somehow opens. So let's move the box off to the side here, and we will just bring out all the goodness. We'll leave the screen till the end, yeah? The screen till the end. We're just gonna put the screen over here. That's the surprise piece. So we do get, this is the module that goes to your battery, right? Waterproof power box. I do like the fact that it has just the cables on it. It doesn't have an auxiliary cable. My guess is this just goes straight to the unit. DC 5 volt 2 amps. Power supply voltage 12 volt through 30 volt. But it doesn't have an auxiliary cable, so maybe it's just direct and the unit powers down properly, maybe? This is camera 1. This is a camera 2. Then you get a whack load of mounting stuff, from twist ties to mounting brackets to sticky stuff and bolts and screwdrivers and all kinds of goodness. There is your handlebar mount. See, even this handlebar mount seems very similar to the other one. Very similar to the other one. Now, the only difference is it looks like this one has the ability to possibly rotate a bit better, which may be actually nice. You get the shield, little sun shield for the actual recorder unit. Oh, they did. Look, see? There's the TP tire pressure monitoring system valve covers. This is rear, front. So they did send them. Very excellent. And then, of course, you get, oh, if you want, it looks like if you want, you can just power this by USB if you don't want to physically hardwire it. And then my guess is, because you get either that cable or you get this cable, and that was not an option with the Chigee. And then these, my guess, is what you connect your cameras to give you your length if you need. Oh, but it has this. What? We maybe would have just looked at it a little more. Now, I don't know if this is the actual main company, TTXS. It's not great that it ends with scam. That's not great. That's something that they should possibly change, maybe. I'm just saying. User manual. I don't know. It seems from it's a nice manual. I like that dash. Tire pressure gauge, main settings, Android Auto, dash cam interface screen. Okay, let's move that over there. And then last but not least, this here. Let's pop that out. Come on now. That's nice. Nothing wrong with that. And I love the fact that it just has these cables. It's fantastic that this can plug in via USB. There's your 2-minute install, because I have USB here, which means we can take a look. So let's do this, shall we? I'm going to plug these cameras straight in just so we can see. I'm going to plug these in, and then we just screw that tight. That's your waterproofing right there. We have a second camera. We're going to screw that one in too. Now, the image quality is not going to be perfect because it does have the little sticker things, right? Little sticker things on there. But I'm going to keep those on right now because this will go in a box till the spring, and I don't want the lenses to scratch. I don't think right now we need any of this because we're not mounting anything. We're not going to do the tire sensors. I do have my phone here. I love the fact, and then anyways, that it has that USB. And then this, my guess is there's a top. Yeah, there's a top. So basically there's these little screws right here. You would take the screws out, and then you could put this on, and then you screw them back in, and then you have a little top shield for it if you want that. Then we're going to take this one. That's going in the power. You ready for this? Come on, turn it on. Welcome. Boom. It even come up. Look, it must have an internal SD card or an SD card in there already. This also must have a GPS inside the actual unit is my guess. If I go to panel, see, that's nice. And this is where you would see, right? It says my tire pressure is low because the tire pressure things aren't attached. But that's okay. And in the back, and then we could go to Carplay, right? It says, please use your phone, and it should see something. So let's try this. Other cars. Yep. See? Showed up right there. Boom. Keeps telling me my tire pressure is low. And it comes up as, I think it just comes up as Z-Link. I got all kinds of things dinging here. Boom. First time's always the longest time, right? There's CarPlay, right? Come up here. My tire pressure is low, I get it. But screen seems to work fine. It's got a little home button right there, which takes you back. And then again, if you want to go to CarPlay. Android Auto, of course, you could do through there. It does have this replay mode. And it basically, I think what it does is you can already see all the clips. Yes, I know my tire pressure is low, but it just has them sit right there so you can see them. And this is where you could save them. This is why the app is so important. Usually the app is designed to be able to move the files back and forth. Okay, I think that's awesome as well. And let's go to driver record. And there they are. Look at that. Really, this is like a quarter of the price. Third of the price? A quarter. Yeah, a quarter of the price. And I'm getting this tire pressure low is because I have the sensors, but they're not attached. My time's wrong, but I'd have to go in and adjust that, right? And there's all your stuff at the bottom. So there's your home, your settings, your microphone, if you want to lock it, your camera, etc., etc., etc. I could go to my settings, resolution. You know, I'm gonna crank up the resolution. Loop recording, G sensor, date and watermark, which you want. Yes, stop. Record settings. Back preview monitor, GPS altitude, GPS P. Like, it's got so much info on here. Now, the only thing that it doesn't have that the other one does have, which is kind of a neat feature, is the blind spot monitoring. This doesn't have that. But I'm sure for a lot of people, they'd be like, I don't care. Right? I can stop the recording. Go back home. And I don't think the screen's quite as sensitive as the other one. The other one, I found the screen was a little better, but maybe not 4 times the amount better. And then we do have, of course, just general settings. So tire pressure, you can go in here and, right, bind, you can say on so you could bind them. You have your alarms. So basically I could set this to PSI, and then I could set basically a low limit and a high limit. You also get temperature of the sensors, which is actually really nice. Very cool. And then you have back to settings, we have speed units. So I could say I want kilometers, but this is really nice too. If you're someone that's going to be traveling, you could say, I'm just going to switch it to miles per hour for now, if you want. You have a screensaver that comes on after a certain amount of time. So if you're someone that says, you know what, let's put it at 5 minutes, right? GPS info right now. My guess is it's not great. I'm like in the basement, so it's probably not going to see anything now, but GPS info, very cool. Language, this is where you choose all your languages, of course. I like that it started in English. Thank you for that. Time settings, again, very nice. You can come here and set that, which I would. Phone audio, key volume, Wi-Fi switch, format the SD card. Do I have something in there? So I can say confirm, which definitely means I have an SD card in there. So they must have sent me one, which is cool. Reset to factory, app version. How fantastic. This is a lovely, lovely little unit. 100% it's a lovely unit. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can mount this in the spring. But right now, I would definitely be taking a look at this because it does a lot, if not most, of what the other one does. It plugs in with USB, which is awesome because if you are someone like me that just is like, when I stop, I'll just unplug it because I don't want to necessarily have to hardwire this into my battery. Which also means, if you want, this is easy. Like if, let's say you stop for the end of the night and you want to take this off, it's easy to unplug all this stuff, right? Yeah, you would just undo all these, maybe have these tied together and then just unplug it and then take this into the hotel or the house with you. And then when it's done, voila! Oh, I like that. All right, I'm going to put links to it down below if you guys are interested. Again, I haven't tested it fully, of course, on a motorcycle. I'll do that in the spring. But as of now, yeah, for the price, that's kind of hard to beat. $180. And you can buy it with like PayPal. So I would definitely have no issues in trusting. Yeah, that's cool. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you there. This is the GreenYi. This is their full system. This is like a huge, huge competitor with the Chigee for a quarter of the price. Yeah. All right, guys, links down below. And we'll see you guys next video. Later.